Oh, hello, Shawn. Thank you so much for coming and joining us in the middle of your teaching day. We wanted to introduce Shawn Hardy, who has a great example of how you applied the information from Stephen from the outcomes evaluation that Stephen had been crucial to developing.
So I've been doing these surveys with Stephen for many years. Not in my current position. I just changed jobs this year. So we'll do a survey for the first time with my group this year. Um, but with the other school that I was working with, or working for, it's a program that I run, or that I ran. uh, we we noticed that we were scoring very high on every category except for student enjoyment, which was we're like, whoa, what's going on there? And so after we saw a really big drop in student enjoyment, because we were such a small school, we contacted former students and we said, so hey, if there was something that you wanted to do, like fun things that you wanted to do at outdoor school, what were those things? And we got a lot of responses, basically about how the kids wanted more free time and more time just to like play on the beach, more time to hang out around the campfire, more time just to be social and rest. And so we accomplished that in two ways. One way was that we were able to add a day before we were getting Measure 99 funds, because we got some grant money from the Gray Family Foundation. And then when we started getting Measure 99 funds, we kept that fourth day, so that enabled us to stretch out the program a little bit more. And we asked students, because most of the students knew what the outdoor school would be because it's a very small group and it's a multi-age classroom. We asked students what they would like to do, and we gave them examples of what we're going to be doing. And so each year students had a little bit of a say in the schedule of what would be happening, and uh, they also have a say in the food that we eat. What kind of things we're going to be having for dessert, and we ended up seeing higher levels of student enjoyment. So it's a valuable tool. It told us something we had no idea, because you ask a kid, hey, did you have a good time? They're like, yeah. But if you get this evidence where kids said, when they're privately answering that they wanted more fun, then you can add that. Any questions or comments or anything?
Stephen, I'm wondering if you want to give a little context for the surveys he's talking about.
Oh, yeah, I think maybe about half the people on here are aware, but surveys, end of the program. Surveys aren't perfect. They have their pros and cons. Takes about 15, 20 minutes, ideally. And then I take those data from all the different programs on the state, and programs get an individual confidential report that basically shows the values for 13 different outcomes: enjoyment, belonging, collaboration, and you can kind of see your value in comparison to the state. And then that's always the most helpful thing, because people are different and programs are different, and you can't actually see what those programs are. They're kind of hidden, but you see the values. But what I think is even more important is what Shawn talked about, which is this value is not as high as those ones. Why? So it's like an inter-program comparison thing. And then also you can see your values over time. So programs might participate multiple times and say, hey, in 2019, we were rocking. And then pandemic and outcomes hit the, started hitting the floor. So, yeah, I mean, that helps.
So my follow-up question is, what did you hope to gain or learn from participating in that outcomes evaluation?
Well, first of all, I was hoping doing this outcomes evaluation that the team started out as just myself and my assistant and that we could improve the program. Look at things that might be missing, and just make changes, make improvements, constant improvement, to just make it better every single time, until we're the greatest ever.
We really appreciate you taking time out of your day, Shawn, and I know that it was a little bit of a, like we had to air traffic control ourselves and get you in here at just the right time. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you for having me. And if anyone has any other questions, you can always email me. I'll put my email in the chat. Totally willing to meet with anybody. I've been running the program that I do for, I don't know, many years. So I'll put it in there. Thanks, everyone.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.